commander is back. Ready to get started?
Okay, so we have some things to talk about here. I think it's the Swabby just because you wouldn't want to do Weaver on Greybow that much anyway. And I think I'm always playing it. I don't want to power level. If they have specifically Scallywag Reborn, this is bad. But if they have Micro Mummy, I will tie. If they have Bacon Relaxer, they will tie. Okay, I take 1 additional damage now, but that was the correct pick. I would tie a Mummy, I would tie Bacon. Both of those cards are more common than Scallywag.
Welcome back. How's it going out
Mummy is great. I'll Mummy and roll. I'll try to get an Acolyte or an Icky Imp to be stronger. We don't need those cards. I think our opponent is holding a Swabby, so this will deal more phase damage to them as the Reborn won't die. So we're getting some rough hero selections so far.
turn this around?
But we will try to manage as best we can. This time Kolbors are in, and I feel like I'm already using better judgment than last time. The Deathwing game I needed to stay on tier 1. This is very nice. Not sure if we are supposed to do anything with the second one. If I have 2 on my board and I can freeze the triple, that would be great. But if I freeze and I have to buy 2 Acolytes, is that ever good? That means that my 7 gold turn will be buy 2 Acolytes, pull a 4-drop and roll. It's not really that great then, right?
You can turn this around.
This is the kind of lobby where going straight to 4 would be correct if I don't like what I see in the shop. So here we will be a bit more bold with our health total. But last lobby it did not make sense. So Lich King powered. So they sold their Scallywag. That's really good for us. So they buy 2 units now and reborn one of them. We could be taking 6 here if a 3-drop survives. 4 damage is kind of nice. Hope we're fine, but yeah. Up to 2 3-drops with a reborn is scary.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Reborn Bomb is nice. No damage here is great. I don't love like that super fast leveling.
Oh, it's okay. We all hit some bumps now and then.
We could take money and Icky Imp. Icky Imp opens up that killing people with Juggler line. This is just a good card for Greybow as well. It's stronger than the Spawn for me. And more versatile. There is a Brute, and there is a Banner Boar. There's also a Cyclone. I can exchange the money for the Cyclone if I want to. The Cyclone sets you up for Grease Spot and for Gem Splitter. This is probably okay, seeing as it's also stronger than the 3-3. We can freeze for this, we can pass for this. I think in most boards, you'll buy this if you need to, but we didn't need to. So I'll skip over it. I'll position this way. Actually, I should put the imp there. This gets around an Acolyte better than sucking the shield. Here it's going to be fine. 5 and 2, 7. Or 5 and 3, I guess. More than 7. No shame in losing to that board. 6 minions spawn. That's a Silas who just stayed on 2 and pushed. Deflecto is wonderful. Probably just going to 4 by selling the pirate.
A good tactical choice.
I don't think he will follow at all. It's Daryl. But I also don't think that me staying here is going to reduce damage taken by a lot. Daryl is not someone who, generally speaking, deals a ton of phase damage. But obviously if he's dancing on tier 3 units and the tier 3 units survive, then we can take quite a bit. My hope for this fight is that we just leave one big thing alive, hopefully like a puppy, and we take 4, but also willing to take the 6. So the going up here is really me trying to go for a first or second place. We are trying to find grease bots. We are trying to just get module and really take advantage of this mech setup that we have. Whereas if we roll on 3 here, it's going to be very, very defensive. This is exactly what I was hoping for, that this board would look like this. Now you are never taking a lot of damage, even if you lose. And our board is actually quite well suited to deal with this, because we have high damage with Divine Shields. So it looks like we are going to be just fine. So it was overall an excellent turn to go up. It's good timing to fight the Daryl. Okay, much better position than the Deathwing game already. Top 4 for health. There's a Bonker and the Ground Shaker in the same shop, but you already have the Deflecto and the 1 and 2. You could technically grab the Ground Shaker because then you are 1 Gem Splitter away from having a composition. Don't think we do any of this. I don't think the Bonker makes sense because you want to go first with Deflecto. If I buy another Deflecto, I'm gonna want to put those 2 first and then a reset. So this will attack very late. So I'll just go Ground Shaker and roll. Hopefully we get Gem Splitter. There's an Argus, there's a buff, but none of these cards really matter. I will pass. No. If we had power leveled, like maybe. I'll just roll one more. Another Deflecto and a Frank. It could be Frank and then freeze for Deflecto, seeing as Frank is going to be very, very strong on our board. We could also say that we're strong enough, I'll just go double Deflecto. That might be a little bit too ambitious. I'm not sure if I commit the Ground Shaker to the board. Frank with this setup should pretty much always win. I only want to really play this if I have gems. The reason why I'm confident here is that I'm Greybow, and usually you're afraid of your Frank getting sniped, but pretty much all our minions generate more minions. So it's pretty excellent. You can see how strong this is already. Like his second cleave didn't even get to attack. This is pretty much what I was hoping for when I picked up the Icky Imp. So the Frank will give us a little bit more time to get our composition together. There is an Argus now that we have the Frank. We can consider that a bit more. But I think that we'll just take advantage of our hero power and keep the Acolyte and let the rest get taunted. Save our money for cards we really want. Module would be one of the cards we'd really want. This could be Module and Bank Bacon, it could be Module and Icky Imp, it could be Module and Roll. There's a lot of options here. I think Module and Icky Imp is too defensive. Module and Bacon fits the money really well. That is an upside. If I would go for the Roll, I would have to sell one thing to buy one thing. I'm not sure how much I am into selling something off this board. It would probably be the Cyclone. Would I be into selling the Cyclone? I would need to roll the Grease Spot or the Gem Splitter immediately. I think for now I will just bank this, and I think I will use this in the transition where we might, you know, sacrifice Acolyte and Imp, which are some Frank shots, and then we could maybe put Ground Shaker down with some gems immediately. I don't think we should invest in this pair. Tripling is not that important, and we are more worried about getting the composition online. This is obviously very strong by them. Get the Juggler. Hopefully the Frank will take care of business. So far we are dodging. Nice. Okay. That went well for us. Let's make sure we keep informed about what everyone is playing. This is still a very, very good card. Arm of the Empire is not required. This looks like it is Nomi. 7 elementals though, so maybe it's the elemental Nomi. We found the Gem Splitter, so we can transition into the Shaker build now. This will pretty much always have to go. I need to put Gem Splitter on the board and then probably want Shaker on the board for the pump. So I will probably sacrifice one taunt here and keep Frank. Frank is still fairly decent. I can put Geomancer in my hand for another gem. That's probably better to roll and exchange the money for something good. Egg is something good, but is it good enough? Now that I already have a reset. I don't think it's good enough. Another module. Don't think I'm going to go for another bacon. I'll just do it like this. I don't think another module is super useful for me right now. It's probably best to just lean into this composition now and play Gem Splitter Shaker. Yeah, Frank is still worth it. He's getting 2 shots off. Frank might go this round, but for this particular fight, Frank was worth it. So we want to further lean into this build now. We want to get a golden Gem Splitter, we want to get a golden Ground Shaker, we want to get more Menace, we want to get Grease Spot. 5 Demon is big stats. So we're pretty much up against big stats and a juggler player. That's good news for us. Buying the other Frank is unnecessary, I think. Jug is decent-ish, because you will hit a Quillbore, an Ellie, and a mech. This is probably a bit too timid. Oh, too tame. Once again, this is okay, but I like the ones that give HP. We get enough attack from Groundshaker. Other spades. Don't need any of this. There's a chance that we stay with the Frank, right? Could get another Cyclone, but I don't think we need that. I'd much rather have the better cards. Yeah. So what I could do is I could sell the Mechano Tank for Jug, switch out the money for an egg, but these are all temporary units. So I think it's just sit tight, use the gems, get a really strong board. Versus 5 demons level. So this is positioning where you're a little greedier, but I don't think this ever matters, right? This will always get killed before this attack, so it's better to protect for a random Foe Reaper sniping your gem generation. Yeah, this is exactly what we want to face. We want to face high stats. We don't want to face shields and tokens and stuff. Divine Shield with Shaker is excellent at just dealing damage. This Mama will be the next Frank target. I have some mixed feelings about that. We lose the reset. Looks like we are losing the fight. Unfortunate. Frank fumbled the ball there. Oh, wait, we are fine? Dude, Greybow hero power. Coming through to save us. Good job, little guy. This is the juggler player. Juggler is a problem. Going to 5 for mech roll does not do anything versus the juggler player at all. Happy to sit. You could run 2 of these to get a handful of gems. We'll see what we roll into first.
That's what I would have picked.
Okay, well Frank is always out. I'm using this board space opportunity to get my jugs out as well. I'd probably buy Menace and roll. There's also a world where you cycle some stuff here, but I don't think that's better. Okay, now we have to make a choice. We go for 9 gems every turn and we just do double gem splitter. We use the money now to roll because we're board locked. Maybe that's better. This is gonna cost us gems as well. Do I like another one of those? Probably not freezing for it now. I don't even have a grease spot.
Everyone's gunning for you. Watch out.
Still one regular juggler, not the golden juggler. That's excellent news as well. We gained some stats with the jugs, which is good versus the juggles. That's an unfortunate one. Oh no, we get the reset. It's perfect. Yeah, so 10 gems for next fight. The elemental could have indeed been replaced. I just looked over chat. But I think I keep that slot for macro, so I don't have to kick something else for macro later. If I triple my gem splitter into macro, for instance. I wasn't going to freeze for it, but I will buy it now. I could level now to try and hit the macro. Seeing as it will be relevant versus this player. And there's only this triple. I don't even have this pair yet.
recruits. Looks like you can get a triple.
I would have to sell the Cyclone to buy it now. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units on the board. It's most likely better to just eat the -2 gold and be sure that I have a good Divine Shield, because if my triple sucks, this is a really bad play. I will not go for the I will not go for the risky play. If I find exactly Foe Reaper or Mega Buster, I can be okay with running one less unit or one fewer unit. But because we are up against stats, having 7 units that are being buffed by Ground Shaker is incredibly valuable.
You got this.
I also don't want to play the Naked Menace. It kind of defeats the purpose of buying it then, because you'd have to sell it almost straight away. The Wind Fury will deny me the reset here, but we went first, so that's a good start. Also, the taunt is really good to deny them this shield. It's actually so good. And you can see that these Gem Splitters, they are dealing damage. They're not just decoration in the back. We are on 5. It's 11 damage. 5, 8, 11. So far a much better game than the last one I played. I feel like I'm making better decisions. Start by buying and checking what's in the box.
Oh, you're moving up in the world.
Yeah, we would have missed. Probably take the Genie for now. Might actually block a gem. So the big stats Demon player and the big stats Elemental player is who I'm up against.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
This is okay for a turn, because you get so many gems here now, and then you might be able to gem swap after. You could utilize Defender of Argus to not float a gold, but you can sell the Genie as well to keep rolling. Guess I'm not playing Genie then, right? Taunting the Cyclone, it's kind of a waste of gold though, because I will sell it for macro. Or will I just keep it at this point? Maybe rolling twice is just better. The taunt makes it better for the double reset. I'll just go for it now. I might never hit the macro. I like playing the Pumbaa because I can get a gem transfer piggy. I will full gem, because I might already overflow with the 2 cards I'm holding in my hand.
Everyone's gunning for you. Watch out.
We also don't know how strong the Ghost is, so... Yeah, they're utilizing poison. That doesn't do much against my build. Golden Gem Splitter is so much nicer than just having 2 Gem Splitters. Yeah, we're already full hand. So if they go in here, we don't even get anything. I didn't miss out on any gems either, that feels nice. Up against the big demon player.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
So we roll for gem transfer piggy. We roll for mech roll. Respot is too late, unfortunately. Would have been good a couple turns ago. Agam I don't think is better because you're running too many mechs and too many Kolbors and stuff. So you could go for Bristleback Knights, but I would much rather just have a mech roll. A Spore could be okay, but I think we can push for what we really want. Another Menace does not really serve that much of a purpose. I have this one to put it on a mech roll. Piggy doesn't do anything, really. Sell, sell, sell. Could technically still do it. I will most likely just freeze that one. We don't really get one shot ever. I don't want to cannibalize the Pumbaa just yet if I can do this for one more turn. This is going to be a crap ton of gems onto one of the Deflectos, which is really nice. So next turn we can start by buying the Necrolytes. And then selling the Pumbaa, swapping the stats. I don't think I will gem first because I want my unit that I'm going to play to also benefit from the Shaker aura. They're very high HP, so it's a good thing we have high HP ourselves, so even if we lose, we don't die. Because this is a lot to chew through. We have a very good build versus them though, so that's that. I believe the last loss here was really close, where we had those Greybow minions, right, helping us out. My 53 HP minion is alive, so it will depend on the 50-50 here. Unfortunate. Could have tied that quite easily, but it happened. Might get rid of the Cyclone this turn as well. I just end on a Bristleback Knight. We are kind of running out of options here.
Bury the bones, lost to the past.
We'll sell this because it's burning gems.
It's no place for mortals. Go big or go home, I always say.
You could argue to put this Menace somewhere, but I still like it on the potential macro.
No negotiations, no prisoners.
So now we still have an 18 damage Divine Shield minion on our board. If we had gone the other way around, this would have been 4 attack. I prefer this version over getting more gems on here to swap.
Watch out.
Going first here is very nice. Increases the chance of a double reset. Looks like we do get the double reset. And our 18 damage shield will now actually kill this thing, instead of just going into it and dying. So looks like we're going back into the Urzul matchup. We could tech in a Spore potentially. Although they might find a Ghoul, so if we do a Spore, we probably want to gem the Spore one time. We found our macro finally. This is very good. We might sell our Gem Splitter for full all-in.
That'll do some damage.
Don't really need an Argus. We might just want a reset. This is always out. I think I just sell the Gem Splitter. Mech. Attack matters versus them.
That one might make all the difference.
If they are ghouling us and they go first, this might kill itself. Let's play around that.
You got this.
This cannot die to a ghoul. It is too important. Okay, they made it 1 triple. That's actually probably better for us. We now have some really good focus fire here. 80 damage into there is just nice. Although I think they might just be a tad too big. We never got the golden shaker. It's going to require good RNG, and that's already not a great start. Alright, well the big boy is down. We are fine. We killed him every time. Nice. Close game. But good game. Like, winning on the gray bow is super nice. This was good focus. We knew what we needed to do and we did it.